Hello and welcome to a very miserable grey day in Devon inside my greenhouse. I've not been on for a bit. I've been wanting to sow some onions for a couple of weeks because I've wanted to try and grow these massive great big exhibition onions. However, I have bought and lost the seeds twice and I can't find them, so we're just gonna blame my menopausal brain because I'm a bit of a sieve head at the moment. So yeah, so I'm not going to do those. I have sorted out my some of my seeds and sorted out some onion seeds to sow instead. A lot of the packets are old, so don't expect much to happen from them really, but I've got 2 new packets, so we'll get those in as well and see what happens, because I have got, you can probably see behind me, I've got lots of garlic and onions behind me, but this year I really want to concentrate on growing lots and lots of all the staples that we use day in day out in the kitchen. So yeah, onions is one of those things that we use an awful lot of. So yeah, and if there's too many, there's always plant swaps and things to give them away on. So we'll sow them all. We'll get them all in. Yeah, I'll show you what I've got. I'll turn the camera around and show you what I've got to say. Actually, before I even go into that, I've got this beautiful box here from, is it Diffie Plants, which essentially is Hugh Richards from YouTube, his sort of plant company, and I got an email to say that they had comfrey root for sale, so I wanted some more, so I decided to get some, and I've got this beautiful little package. Lovely, and a nice little label as well. So yeah, I've got the roots in here, so I'm going to get them in a tray so that they can start growing away for me. And then I had another lovely little surprise in the post too. So I've got a tray ready. I've got multi-purpose compost and a bit of perlite there. The perlite's only there because it's already in this pile of compost that I've got on the like potting tray, so that's the only reason I'm using that. I'm not going to be too precious about it, so if it wasn't already there, then I wouldn't be using it. But I've got these lovely roots, and I just thought I'd just lay them in the tray and hope that they do nicely. I feel a little bit, oh sorry, I'm slowly moving away. Hopefully they'll do nicely. I feel a little bit soft, so fingers crossed they'll do all right. So I'm just laying them in the top like that, and then give them a little bit of compost to cover them up. And I will water those in later on when I do the rest of the trays, and I'll put my lovely little label in the end there as well, so that I know what it is. Looking forward to seeing those take hold, and then I'll pot them up when they're ready. So this is my other little show and tell. Roots Allotments did a little giveaway. They had a huge sack of garlic to give away, and I was one of the lucky people to get some. So this has arrived and I need to get it potted on ASAP. I've made up my little pots to put these in. Some of the garlic is a little bit small, like this one, so I'm just going to put the smaller ones in this pot and let them do their thing. And then the bigger ones, like this is a massive, great big chunk of a garlic, isn't it? The size of it. So the other ones I'm going to put in here. In fact, this is a bit small really, probably for this garlic, but I don't want to use a massive tray, just for a few. So I'll get these going and then I'll pop them on when they're ready, when they've got a little bit of root. So I'll just stick these in here for now. And hopefully they look like they're starting to grow there already, so hopefully it won't take them to get long to get settled. Right, enough show and tell for now. I've got onions to do. So the newer onions that I've got are Striganovsky from the Heritage Seed Library. The other one's from Lidl's, because Lidl's have got their seeds in at the moment and they're super duper cheap. They're 5 packets for £1. So I got Stuttgart Giant from Lidl's, so they're a bit of a bargain. The rest of these packets are quite old. Now these are my favourite to grow, stew on. They always do really well for me. I have got some sets actually somewhere. I don't think I brought them to the greenhouse with me, but I've got some stew on sets, because I do stew on sets every single year, because I know that I'm going to get a good harvest from those. And then I've got Globo, Red Baron, Rosa Lungidiferens, I think that's how you say it, and then Exhibition. So they're all quite old, I think. These might be okay because they're packed in 2025, so they might not be too bad, but these ones here, look, they're 2023, so they won't be as good. I might get a few come up, I might get none at all, but I'm going to give them a go and see what happens. And like I said, if I end up with loads and loads of them coming up, then I'll just give them away. Someone will make use of them somewhere, so yeah. Right, I hope you can see there, I've written out some labels and I've got 2 pots ready for the fresher seeds. And I'm just going to put them in on the top of these pots. The Lidl's packet actually has got quite a lot of seed in there. I'm probably not going to need all of them. Do you know what? For 29p or, you know, 5 packs for £1, I don't think you can go wrong with that. That's an absolute bargain. I'm just going to sprinkle these seeds across the top of the compost. There's loads, there's so many. There's more than enough there, and I've got loads in my hand. There's loads left in this packet. Carefully put them away. Yeah, if you haven't got your onion seeds, get down to Lidl's. They're an absolute bargain then. Right, so that's the Stuttgart Giant done. And then I've got Striganovsky. These are from the Heritage Seed Library. There's not quite so many in here. In fact, there's only one come out the pack. They're still open at the moment, so if you did want to get some seeds from the Heritage Seed Library, you still can, but I think their list closes fairly soon. So yeah, if you want to try out something new, then now is the time really to go on and have a look and see what they've got. That's all the seeds that are in there, so not quite so many of those, so I'm going to put all of them in and hope that we get a few of these, because I love the name. Be interesting to see if I can save some seeds from some of these as well, if they grow up really well. On top of the onions, I'm just going to put a sprinkle of vermiculite. go. So those are ready. I will give them some water, but I'll do that later on. And I've got to give everything in here a bit of water, so I'll just do it all at the same time. Now that I've done those, I'm going to crack on with the older packets and see how far we get. All the onions are sown, they're all in now, so I'm really chuffed with that. And if I do find the onions for the giant onion competition, then I will sow those as well, even if it is getting a bit late for them. But yeah, hopefully I will. If not, I'll have to wait till next year again to join in. Here we are, all the onions all sown and tucked in. So these will get some water. They'll need some heat, so they're going to go on a heat mat indoors until they pop up. The compost that I've used is Melcourt Silver Grow with added John Innes. And obviously there's some perlite mixed in as well for drainage. And I've just topped it off with some fine vermiculite as well. So a lot of these packets of seeds are really old. So what I've done is I've just sown the entire packet, what was left in each one, because I don't want to keep them until next year. So I may as well just use them up and see what happens. And, you know, they're either going to grow or they're not. So fingers crossed. So that's it from me today. I'm off to the gym now. In this horrible weather, I've got to get outside this greenhouse. And I don't really want to. It's nice and dry in here and it's really warm. But yeah, I'm off for now and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.